Good evening, everybody, dignitaries on the dais and friends. Today I am the last speaker, and hence I don't have any time restrictions. But don't worry, but I will try to be very brief in my speech. Today I am here to tell about the investment opportunities in textile sector and why you should invest in textiles and why you should invest in Karnataka. And my earlier speakers have told about the potential of the textile sector in the country and in the world as a whole, which is growing at a very encouraging pace. If you look at India, we have been talking about roti, kapda or makan. I think it is only the kapda where we could achieve our targets. And today our market is full of so many varieties of the products that you have got enormous choice. So I would like to congratulate all the textile industries for this success. So today, Karnataka has been in the forefront of the textiles. If you look at Karnataka has got a long history of textiles. A variety called Ilkal sarees, which is produced in the northern part of Karnataka, there are proofs that they have been woven in the state from 8th century. That is, from past 12 centuries we have been in the textile field, and that brand and that variety is still existing in this present market also. That is the strength of Karnataka. And today Karnataka is home to one of the most modern mills, including integrated mill of Shahi and integrated plant of Himmat Singha Side. The journey of modern textiles in Karnataka started somewhere around 1884 when MSK mill in Kalburgi was started. That is Mehboob Shahi Kalburgi mill. That was the first modern and perhaps that was the first integrated mill of the state. And second one was Gokak Mills, which was started in 1885, and that is still running, and we are really proud of such a big establishment. And Mysore Silks, as you all aware, which has got a geographic indication and known for very beautiful sarees, is being manufactured in Karnataka from 1912. Now, today Karnataka has evolved into a apparel hub. It is also known as garment capital of the country. It's only many people know only Karnataka as a IT capital, and it is also a garment capital because garment sector alone employs more than 5 lakhs, that too in Bangalore. And Mr. Giri did mention that his company employs around 1 lakh people, and more than 80,000 people are employed by Shahi export itself in Karnataka. I would like to thank Mr. Giri, and he also assured that he is doing some more investments in the state of Karnataka. So I would extend all the support from the government and thank for that initiative. Karnataka is blessed with why you have to invest in Karnataka. What you require is the human resource that was talked about in detail, and also the raw materials. Karnataka is blessed with rich textile raw materials. Karnataka produces about 20 lakh tons of cotton, which accounts to nearly 20 lakh bales of cotton, which accounts to around 7% of the total cotton produced in the country. And it produces one of the very best varieties of the cotton produced in the entire world. The Dharwad cotton, which is produced, that is extra long staple fiber, which is equivalent to Pima cotton and Giza cotton. So we have got a very good resources. And in silk also we are very rich. Karnataka produces around 9,800 tons of raw silk, and it is around nearly 60% of the total textiles silk produced in the country. And wool, of course, is also one of the important sector, and it's around 5.3 million kgs of wool is produced in the state. But of course, the wool produced in the state is of little coarser variety. We are exploring various possibilities of how it can make use of this potential. And today, Karnataka is home to major textile companies. To name a few: Shahi Exports, Himmat Singha, Arvind, Itco Denim, Precot, Gokuldas, Raymond's, Texports, and many more such companies are in India, in Karnataka. So there are a lot of international brands they are procuring from Karnataka that vouches for the productivity and quality of the manpower we have in our state. Many of the foreign and international buying houses like H&M, C&A, Nautica, Esprit, Nike, Adidas, Tommy Hilfiger, Talbot, and many more are procuring from Karnataka. That is the strength of the textile industry in our state. And we have around 70 large-scale investments in the state and around 6,000 small and medium enterprises. And there's a large number of SMEs in this sector. And we have around 15 spinning mills in the state. And spinning mills is one sector which I think we should focus further. We produce, as I said, nearly 7.5% of the total cotton produced in the country, but most of the cotton is going to other places. Once upon a time, Davangere was known as Manchester of Karnataka with so many textiles mills, and we would like to focus more on textile spinning mills. I would like to throw some light on recent investments that have happened in Karnataka. Shahi Exports, they have established integrated textile mill with an investment of 534 crores in Shimoga. They have got another unit in Mandya, which manufactures ready-made garment and has invested about 140 crores. Precut Meridian, it has invested about 330 crores. They are into technical textiles. They have a unit in Hassan. And Scott's Garment, they have invested about 149 crores. Etco Denim, they have invested around 470 crores in Bijapur. So there are a lot of investments happened in the past, and presently a lot of investment is going on. Himmat Singh has taken up a huge expansion project. It is a super mega project, what you define according to our new textile policy. They are in the process of investing about 1,281 crores. And Mr. Shah, as Mr. Giri pointed out, Shah is also into wide expansion plans in the state. I would like to focus on the textile policy of the state, and textiles is, Karnataka is one of the few states which have got exclusive textile policy, and we have got an exclusive department. Textiles is a very prominent sector because it is one of the largest employment generator and contributes significantly to the GDP of the country. Government of India has also got a specific department, separate department of textiles, and Karnataka also has a specific department for textiles, and very few states have a specific focus on textile sector. We brought this new policy 2013 and 18, that is we call as new textile policy. It has been brought out after widespread consultations with the industry. And Mr. Wilson did raise a few very valid points, and I would like to assure that all of those points would be addressed. And we have constituted a vision group for textiles that is headed by none other than by your MD. And also Shahi Exports is a part of that. Soon we are likely to have a meeting of the vision group, and we would like to formulate a new policy because the current policy is going to end in 2018. The present policy offers a lot of incentives and concessions. To point a few, they are credit-linked capital subsidy, and we also give power subsidy at the rate of 1 unit for 1 rupee per 1 unit for 5 years. There is a reimbursement of ESI and PF paid by the companies, incentives for common effluent treatment plant, and support for greenfield and brownfield textile parks. We are even encouraging private sector people to establish textiles park on their own, and we give incentives up to 40%, limited to 20 crores for each such projects. One such project is coming up near Hiriyur. And we also have other incentives like reimbursement of stamp duty and entry tax and much more. And the state can work out a special and additional package of incentives if the company is going to invest more amount and if it is going to create more employment to the people of the state. And we also have a huge chunk of land bank in various places. We have around 2,500 acres of land in Yadgir, that is in Gulbarga. We also have land in Ballari, we also have land in Tumkur, and we also have land in Chamarajanagar in huge chunks, and land required for textile industry is not a problem. This was mentioned by Honorable Industry Minister also in the morning. And the textile department and industry department would be glad to facilitate these investments. And technical textiles is another promising sector. Now you can find technical textiles in almost any fields. It may be the construction, it may be sports, it may be automobile, it may be medical. Whatever sector you go, you have a application of textiles. So it is one of the sunrise sectors, and it is growing at a rate of 20%. And the new textile policy offers additional 5% of subsidy for these textile units. So I request all of you to invest in India, but before investing in India, please explore Karnataka. We are with you to facilitate your investments in the state. If you would like to tell in one sentence what textile sector is in Karnataka, textile sector had a glorious past in the state, and it has a vibrant present, and it has a bright future in the state. I want all of you to be part of this opportunity, and we would be glad to facilitate. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so I request all of you to fall in love with textile sector and fall in love with Karnataka. So we are here to nurture your love in the state. But after marriage, I think the options given by me are more relevant and more practical. So please be free to ask us or intervene us or contact us anytime for investments. And we are for the industry, and we would certainly look into the problems of the industry, because now we are a part of the global value chain. We cannot think ourselves in a isolated manner, or we cannot isolate from other states or even from the other countries. As other speaker mentions, we have a challenge from Vietnam, we have a challenge from Ethiopia, and we have a challenge from Bangladesh. So we are aware of that, and even Government of India has also taken several steps, and we are also shortly incorporating new features in the new textile policy. I once again invite all of you to invest in Karnataka, and it would be pleasure of the textile department to facilitate your investment, and I assure all the support. Thank you. Thank you all.
Because of the time constraint, we'll have to skip the question answer session, but I will just summarize a little bit. Thank you so much, sir, for your very good remarks that this is the time that we should fall in love with Karnataka and in the textile sector, textile and apparel and leather sector. We are already in love with Karnataka, and our love will keep on blossoming, and we'll continue loving Karnataka. As I said in my opening remarks, that this is our first home, and it will continue to be as our first home. You have also mentioned that the Bengaluru is the capital, garment capital. Normally it is known as IT capital, and the entire attention goes there, But when we start, talking about garment capital, Bengaluru, then, it gives a different kind of a dimension, and this is what, we want, and that attention has to be given to this capital, and then the glorious past which was there in in respect of textiles. So naturally, I also wish that, the textile and apparel and leather will make again us as a superpower in the world. I really thank all this thing. I will not be summarizing the entire thing because of the time constraint, but I thank all my panelists for giving their presentation and giving complete insight into the textile, apparel, and leather industry. I thank Abhijit, for giving a very nice, presentation, and, a different way of, how catalyzing the Make in India would happen with Amazon as such. Mr. Ravi Shankar, you have also, very nicely elaborated about the designs and where the concepts, which are involved in various designs and its application in various other things. I also thank Dr. PKC Bose for his very scintillating remarks. Mr. Wilson, you have given your 5 points, and then we will always remember the 5 points. These are very, very relevant, and we'll continue to cherish those things and work on those points. Mr. Adesh Gupta, he has already left, but he has also given a different perspective about can India be the next China, and will surely be next China, and with all the determination and with all kind of support from the government, we should be in a position to definitely achieve it. Ms. Babni Lal, of course, she had to leave early. She has also given a different perspective, talked about package and in the various, support from the government which is required. Mr. Girish, of course, he has already talked about, and the complete support that his department and his government is extending to the garment, apparel, and the leather industry. Mr. Atul Chaturvedi, he had also given a very passionate kind of a thing. So I thank all the panelists, distinguished panelists, and really wish very well to Karnataka, and I'm sure that the more and more investment will flow, and more people and investors will fall in love with Bengaluru and Karnataka. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would request the panelists to kindly stay back, and distinguished audience, please note, I'm very sure the panelists will be available to watch the cultural program along with all of us. And prior to the start of the cultural program, when the stage is going to be set, you can ask questions offline. They'll take the seats in front of the podium. With this note, I would request the Commissioner for Textile Development and Director of Handlooms and Textiles, Shri R. Girish, to give mementos to all the esteemed panelists. First of all, to Shri J.D. Giri, I would request Mr. Giri to kindly accept. Thank you, sir. Also to Mr. Abhijit Kamra, Head Global Selling India. Mr. V. Ravi Shankar. And also to Mr. Wilson Bayar. To Mr. Wilson. And I now request Mr. Shiv Kumar, the Managing Director of Karnataka Udyog Mitra, to give a memento to Mr. R. Girish. Yeah, I think one photo for our esteemed friends. They have been clicking photographs since morning. So one photographs. But ladies and gentlemen, the day is not yet over. Just the way we started the morning with music in the form of songs, there'll be a music presentation. In fact, the cultural confluence of our country, focusing mainly on Karnataka, will be presented in a short while from now by Saptaswara Arts and Creations as Nritya Sambhrama. And thereafter, there will be dinner. So all of us can have dinner and head back to our respective destinations safely and securely. So I would request all of you to kindly stay back. The dais is going to be set in the next 5 to 10 minutes, and thereafter the cultural program will unfold.